last time, all of Edith's followers will come for us.
It's time for the king to make my regency law. I have a bad feeling, Anton.
I believe it is time for you to get what you came for.
What's up, Emma? Nigeria Chambers here, Big Gold Belt Media. Super excited to talk to you once again, but this time we're talking the Serpent Queen. The finale, which I've seen, is right around the corner, and we have so much to cover. But my friend, how are you doing? How has it been for so long?
It's really good. Yeah, really, really good. I cannot complain.
I got to tell you, I'm a firm believer when one door closes, another one opens. And, I champion Moonhaven to the end. But man, I got to tell you, when that Variety report came out March 6th, and I saw your name attached to one of my favorite shows, I damn near jumped out of my seat. I was like, that's right. That's how you bounce back right there. I want to know for you, when you got the call for this, what was your emotions? And this ultimately has been your excitement now, being a part of truly one of the best series on television. But now fully complete in season 2, what's been the ride for you?
Such a riot. I mean, I was the same as you. I leapt out my chair. It's fantastic. It's such a good show. It's
Yeah.
such a good show.
Yeah.
I don't know anything quite like it.
Yeah.
So to be a part of that was fantastic. I mean, Justin is a wizard. He manages to make, well, I say he manages. The story itself is incredible, of the Medicis, but then to make it so timely and dangerous and provocative and speak in such a way to a modern audience that it does, to bring you right along on her journey.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Rahima, her story from the first season, to be able to take that through into the second again, where you are essentially, you are the modern day viewer in that story. You are in a place where you shouldn't be. To be
Yeah.
able to tell her story was such an honor and so much fun.
Before we talk about the story, for somebody who is, I by all means love and truly respect what you do in the fashion industry. And I know so many others will echo my same sentiments of what you being a fashion icon and already making waves in that stride. When you come to a set, and especially a period piece to this extent, where all of the costumes are elaborate, the makeup, the set locations, all these sorts of things are such a big component in the storytelling. What was that excitement for you, considering what was sort of going to be at your hands in terms of your character?
Oh my God. I was a kid in a sweet shop. Are you kidding? If I could have just interned there for a week, I would have done. Set me to sew buttons. Absolutely. Like, I will do it. The costumes are phenomenal. The makeup is incredible. I mean, Minnie in it, she would be in her chair for 3.5 hours. Like, it was a trial of love, but it was worth it. The attention to detail is second to none.
Yeah.
Second to
Yeah.
none.
Yeah. Firmly agree. You take anything home? You don't have to answer that.
No, I didn't. What I would love to, but no, I didn't. I mean, it also though it really gives you a sense of an enormous appreciation to the women at that time though that did wear those costumes, because they were beautiful.
Yeah.
But my goodness, do they make you vulnerable?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I were to be pushed over in those costumes, I would not be able to get back up again. And that is funny, but it's also very dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And again, let's not even talk about trying to go to the toilet in them. But yes, they are stunning. Mm.
So picking up with Rahima now for season 2, I want to know, and obviously, folks initially saw it as a recasting, but folks that were really in the weaves knew that like we were progressing 10 years. So this obviously meant that the character had needed to mature. Had you had discussions with Shania in terms of just the collaborative effort in terms of, taking this story character now forward?
No, I didn't actually. I thought she did a phenomenal job in the
Yeah.
first season. She is stunning in it. But no, I didn't. I think it's a difficult one. I've never had to do it before, but there is something in taking a role on. You do feel an enormous amount of pressure. But I mean, the cast and Justin, all of the creators did a wonderful job of holding me up and also saying, you know, that character now is yours,
Yeah.
and to do with it what you will. So obviously you want to pay tribute to what has been before,
Yeah.
but mostly what I did was take my cues from those around me. I mean,
Yeah.
Samantha is a powerhouse. She is a force.
Yeah.
What she does is just phenomenal. And in many ways, Rahima is a mirror to her.
Yeah.
So what I did is I watched her and I learned,
Yeah.
just as Rahima does across the
Yeah.
season. Um, and then by the end, you challenge her, and that's what I did. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and we're
just
given fantastic material to work with and incredible co-stars, and it was a lot of fun.
yeah, I want to make sure I absolutely give you your flowers. I mean, you absolutely have made this character your own and such a formidable force, and cannot even wait to think what possibilities could come
Mm.
for season 3 here. And just to talk about the continuity between you and Shania's performances here, like I was like, they for sure had like a group chat of sorts, because even the little mannerisms that she had, you picked up on as well too, and that like the continuity is there, and I was just like, yeah, this is great. But I again, upon the casting and so many new faces, I just could not have been more excited. And the fact that everybody came in and took the ball and continued to run with it, just again continues to show like why this is one of the best television shows on TV right now. All right, so just with a little bit left, this was by all means one of the most brutal but yet bloodiest episodes ever of all television. I mean, we're talking about like the likes of Game of Thrones here. France is red, but the big shocking discovery now, not only is it the survival of your character, because it's a bloodbath and a lot of characters were slain, but you were locked up, pent up. You already knew what was kind of going on, but we found out that you are pregnant, and that sends Catherine in this world, because she thought she had you dead to rights, but you came back with a little bit of I say not only resilience, but a little bit of like a aha, got you too type of thing, which this dynamic this entire season has been some of the best storytelling between two characters I've seen, with the theme of never trust anyone still being the most important thing to resort back to, which goes back to season 1. Can you talk to me about, for the last question here, obviously the reveal of you being pregnant, them filming that, because I was very convinced. I had to go search the Instagram. I was like, I wonder, was she actually really pregnant? And it just worked into the storyline here. But there's ultimately the reveal, and then you put in your words exactly how you would describe this dynamic, all ultimately leading into the conclusion where you have this big reveal.
The student has become the master by the end, I think. She really has. I suppose she doesn't want to believe that Catherine is going to be just as downright brutal as she is. She wants to see that there is still a sense of humanity in her, but by the end she realizes there isn't. But she does. She absolutely does get her own game. And Rahima is the ultimate survivalist, as Catherine was.
Yeah.
And now she has even more reason to fight.
Yeah.
She doesn't want her children ending up with the same fate as Catherine's have. But Rahima is also very capable of love. Whether or not that will hold out if we see more of the story, I don't know. But no, it was Justin's story from the start that Rahima was going to be pregnant in the end. Yeah, I mean, gosh, her love as well with Alessandro, I think, is one of the most real romance that you actually do get to see in the series. These are two people playing the game with themselves at the heart, but they are also, they want more. They want more, as everyone does.
Yeah.
But do they want more in the same? Will they go by the same means as Catherine? I don't think they will.
Yeah.
They are fatal. They are flawed.
Yeah.
But I think they are still very much human and raw, and I think there's good in them. By the end, I don't know if there is good in Catherine, but time will tell. But no, you're right. It absolutely is one of the bloodiest things we've seen on television, but it's historically accurate. And it's so relevant to today's audience as well, and the atrocities that we have around the planet. But yeah,
Tell them.
It's an incredible finale.
Yeah.
The war of religions is very real.
Ooh. I know I'm supposed to wrap, but I really got to quickly ask you about I feel an intentional scene, the Alessandro and Rahima moment where they kind of swipe hands with one another. Was that a realization of her understanding his fate?
She knows what's happening. in her heart of hearts, she knows what's happening. And I think she probably knows that what she wants is maybe not what she's actually going to get in the world that she lives in, you know, when death is just around the corner. And when you've got Catherine de Medici that close to you, I mean, it's even closer, that death. Yeah, I think she knows that it could potentially be the last time they see one another, but she's hoping against all odds that it isn't. And that is when you see her the most vulnerable. I mean, she is also early pregnancy, so emotions are more at her fingertips than they ever have been. But she's
Good
so
point.
close to, I guess, what she wants, and yet so far. Yeah, it's a very touching moment.
Yeah, and shout out to Ashley with a phenomenal performance of his own. Well, listen, Miss Emma, we gonna put it in the air right now to come back for season 3. There's so much more story to be told. The fans love this show. Hopefully the network recognizes that as well too. We get that renewal very soon, and then we can come back and talk more things, Rahima. But it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And, you know, I've been such a fan of yours, and I just wanted to say, continue to shine, being the superstar that you are. I'm going to continue rooting for you, and I hope to see you in so many more projects in the future. We could talk about those as well, too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much once again.
Absolutely. Take care.
Guises.